Greetings, my people. I'm here once again. This is another news headline for today, Monday being the 17th day of October in the year 2022. Please, I don't have much time to waste. I have to go straight into the news. There's no headline on this. IPOB's lawyer, Nigerian government has no option but to obey appeal court and free Nnamdi Kanu. Let's go straight into the news. The lead counsel to the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, on Friday said the federal government has no option but to obey the verdict of the Court of Appeal. Abuja, which had discharged and acquitted IPOB leader Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Ejiofor made this known to newsmen in Owerri while reacting to the statement credited to the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami San, that the Court of Appeal had discharged Kanu and not acquitted him, and that the federal government has the option to appeal in the Supreme Court. However, the last Thursday verdict of the appeal court had been described by Ejiofor as a sacrosanct and must be obeyed immediately without further ado. What is Malami trying to say? Is him trying to appeal the ruling of the appeal court, and he released 101 inmates that never went for a trial, not even for once. And you want us to be happy, to be calling us one Nigeria? I hope you people have to wake up from your sleeping slumber, because before this country collapse on all of your head. Because what is happening today, it shows that the country is never at peace and can never be one, not now, not ever. Because one side of the country have been chosen to be dealt with, while others receive the immunity. Some said they were born to rule, while others are born to serve. And that is the case we are facing in Nigeria. And there is no anyhow that this country can stick together. Over 250 million population in one country, over 250 ethnic groups, over 250 languages or more in one country. It is not so. It is not so. So the earlier the UN and the European Union interfere in this matter, the better for each and every one of us, for we to have a peace atmosphere. If not, they will keep on killing and killing and killing till God knows when. Because waking up every morning in Nigeria is like a nightmare. You wake up with a bad news. You go to your market with a bad news. You come back with a bad news. And you also sleep with a bad news. You can never ever wake up from that country with a good news in your 2 ears. It's either you hear a bombing out there, or some students have been kidnapped, or some schools have been burnt, ashes, or some hoodlums have been freed, or there are some jailbreak that happened in social place, or there are some herdsmen that mamming people in their farmlands, in their own land. This country cannot continue like this. European Union, I am calling on you people, United Nations, America, UK, I know you people have used bribe to close all our ears, not to hear what is happening in Nigeria. But I pray that something bad will reach your people very soon, so that your people will know that we are talking about people's lives and properties and freedom. Nobody cares to listen, because you people have not stopped drilling oil from the country. That is why that same part of the country that have been ruling the country for many years now have been in power, and you people does nothing about it. He further contended that the charges which the Attorney General of the Federation were relying on had been partially quashed by the Federal High Court and further thrown away by the Court of Appeal in Abuja. Ejiofor explained in the quick reaction of the Attorney General of the Federation to the erudite and unassailable judgment of the Court of Appeal just delivered yesterday on our appeal. He indicated that the federal government is considering the option it has, including proceeding only with the count that we are pending against Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before the bloody invasion of his house on the 14th of September in the year 2017. Now, For the avoidance of doubt, the federal government has no options. It has only one option, namely to appeal against the judgment of the Court of Appeal to the Supreme Court, and the exercise of this latter option shall not constitute a bar to immediate compliance with the order of the Court of Appeal, which directed for the immediate and unconditional release of Onyendum Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the IPOB leader. The order made by the learned justice of the Court of Appeal is sacrosanct short and must be obeyed. Investigator without further ado, according to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lead counsel, Barrister Ejiofor. The Attorney General of the Federation reference to the charge pending against Onyendum before he left Nigeria in 2017 and the indication that the federal government may continue with the charge shows his total disconnect with the law. The greatest respect to his office. It is to be noted that the remaining 7-count charge that was struck out by the Court of Appeal after it allowed the appeal on the ground that the Federal High Court has no jurisdiction to try Onyendum Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the same with the same charge number 280. FRN versus, that is Federal Republic of Nigeria versus Nnamdi Kanu, charge number FSC/Abuja/CR/383/2015. That is the case date. That has been pending against Onyendum Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at the Federal High Court since 2015. The prosecution has amended this charge about 7 times. It is the same charge that was amended to include other counts that brought the counts to 7 and then to 15. Wow, this is how they are counted. The Federal High Court struck out 8 counts and retained 7 on appeal, and the Court of Appeal struck out the whole charge and held that the lower court had no jurisdiction to try Onyendum Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That being so, that charge that has been pending against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu since 2015 and contains counts of alleged offenses committed by him before he escaped from being killed in Nigeria in 2017 no longer exists. It has been struck out. There is therefore no existing charge based on which the Federal High Court can proceed and try Mazi Onyendum Nnamdi Kanu. That is the news, as you can see, concerning what the Onyendum Mazi Nnamdi Kanu lead counsel lawyer Barrister Ejiofor, that is what he is saying. So let's move straight what the National Security Council insists, what they are saying. They are insisting that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can only be discharged but not acquitted. So let's go straight into the news to know what they are saying, because this is the problem we are having in Nigeria. They are all the same people, the same region, the same cartel, and the same janjaweed. The National Security Council on Friday threw its weight on the position of the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, that the Court of Appeal only discharged the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, not Nnamdi Kanu, in its judgment, but not acquit him of the charge for which he was facing trial. And what is the trial charge? The council also said that any political solution to the matter will be within the context of the law, even as former Senate Minority Leader and Senator representing Abia South, Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe, has said that the judgment would restore peace to the Southeast Zone. Kanu's special counsel, Mr. Aloy Ejimakor, on his part, faulted the position of the Attorney General, which he described as flatly wrong and perverse. The Security Council, presided over by President Muhammadu Buhari as the presidential villa, Abuja, said Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had only been discharged by the appeal court and that the government will explore necessary actions available to it to press on with the matter. Briefing State House postponed at the end of the security meeting. The Minister of Police Affairs, Mohammed Dingyadi, joined by his Interior Ministry counterpart, Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola, and the Chief of Defense Staff, CDS, General Lucky Irabor, said the council did not discuss the issue of a possible political solution to Kano's case, which Malame had broached in October 2021. He said the government will consider appropriate actions on the matter and notify the general public. So what are they trying to say? That the judgment that the appeal court render is useless? How can this country move forward if there's no respect to the rule of law? If you cannot respect what the appeal court judged on Kano's case, then why having an appeal court? Why can't you just close down every judiciary system in Nigeria? Let us know that we are just that zoo country that are calling us. That is what we end up being. A country that cannot respect the rule of law, the human rights is nonsense. Where killing has become the order of the day. We are sending people who are innocent to prison on daily basis is nothing to them. Where human life does not matter anymore. How can this country move forward and how can this country progress? The blood of the innocent being shed on daily basis in this country is crying day by day, and that is why the country keep on having backlash in whatever they are doing. That is why the economy keep going to zero. That is why everything have turned upside down. Even the crude oil that's supposed to be a blessing to the country have now turned to a curse in a country. An oil that was supposed to turn Nigeria to world best country so far, it have turned to a curse, whereby the side of the region that produces this oil is the most poorest in the whole country as a whole, in the whole of Nigeria. Sorry to say, Niger Delta. Tell me where you can enter a Niger Delta and see a kind of development and see 24 hours uninterrupted power supply, or where you can see that their water is running day and night without any interruption, or where you can tell me that their roads have been the best roads so far. Instead, what we get from the Niger Delta region, we use it to develop the north, and still yet that north still remain poor, where you can ever count 2.5 million youths on the street begging. That is the people that have been holding power for so long. Then my question is, all this money that they have been getting from this oil and the one they are borrowing and the one they are getting from other mineral resources we have in Nigeria, where are they going to and where are they keeping them? Does it mean that they don't make use of these oils, or does it mean that they throw away the money they get from this? You see, one good turn deserves another, but their own is one bad turn deserves another bad. So the money they have been stealing from the country, they can't produce anything, and they cannot even use it to develop the country. They can't even use it to live a good life. That is how they keep on moving from one hospital to the other, one highest hospital to the other, at the expense of the poor masses' money that they can use to develop the country. Okay, look at the other one there. That one now have gone to UK and hang in prison. Somebody who have been the number 8 man in the country for over 16 to 18 good years without no single accomplished project in his constituency. He said his name is Ekwere More. Well, I pray that something bad will not reach him where he stay, but he is serving his punishment for not doing what he's supposed to do, and for him to turning his back against his own people. God will judge all of for you. God will judge all of for now. Please, my people, this is where I will stop this broadcast, as I always do it, and as our tradition always be. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like and share, comment, invite your family and friends. I still remain your one and only Okute Daily Talk from my own Okute's Corner, bringing to you this live broadcast for today. Until I come your way again, I still remain that person, that brother, and that your uncle, K. Messiano. Bye for now.